Hello and welcome again to another installment of DC808 on the Wire. I'm Chad Blair in the Civil Beat offices in Kaimuki. And joining us today, a very special guest, Kavika Riley from the Office of Hawaiian Affairs.
Pleasure to be here, Chad. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Kavika, normally you're in Washington, D.C. Isn't that correct for OHA?
That's right. OHA has a modest, small office a few blocks away from our nation's capital. And I'm happy to be right here in Hawaii, home right now.
I would imagine OHA's presence in Washington, D.C. is all the more important, given that Senator Dan Akaka retired after serving so long. There is now no longer a Native Hawaiian serving in the Congress, correct?
That is correct. Senator Akaka was a trailblazer, the only Native Hawaiian senator ever elected, and he was an example to people in that policymaking arena for what a Hawaiian is, what Hawaiian values are. He set a lot of critical groundwork and foundation for us, but it's important to keep going.
Senator Akaka back in the islands, hopefully enjoying his retirement, well deserved. Now I understand you've got some news that OHA wants to share with readers of Civil Beat. Tell us what that is.
That is correct, Chad. I'm back at home in Hawaii to announce that the Office of Hawaiian Affairs is launching the Native Hawaiian Presidential Appointment Project.
Tell us about that project.
Certainly. So presidential appointments, there are about 5,000 plus full-time presidential appointees who essentially serve at the pleasure of the president and help him run the government in the executive branch on a day-to-day basis. It's a wide range of positions, from the White House Chief of Staff to cabinet secretaries to the receptionist who works in the front office for that cabinet secretary. So various positions for people who are interested in public service and in various stages of their career. We want to make sure that Native Hawaiians are aware of that process and that the White House has a strong pool of highly qualified Native Hawaiians to choose from.
This must have been something that took a while to set up and coordinate with OHA and the White House, something you've been working on for a while now?
These political appointees make decisions on a day-to-day basis that affect Hawaii, that affect Native Hawaiians. So we think it's very important to have Hawaiian voices in that process for this administration and in the future.
So Kavika, can you give me an example of a program or a position that a Native Hawaiian from the islands could apply for?
Certainly. The positions essentially can be broken down into two categories. On one hand, you have your full-time presidential appointees, helping to run agencies, to be spokespeople, to be assistants to the folks who are doing those types of services. On the other hand, you have a number of very important federal advisory committees, commissions, and advisory groups. For these positions, one that's actually being solicited right now is the Census Committee on Race, Ethnicity, and Special Populations. Because good information is essential to making good decisions, we want to ensure that highly qualified Native Hawaiians are being considered for that advisory group.
And how can you do that? Is this something you're going to unveil on your website, for example?
Yes. Folks can go to our website, www.oha.org. We'll have a link from the home page. If you want the specific URL, it's oha.org/public service.
Oh, that's terrific. And let me make sure I have this clear. You have to be Native Hawaiian to apply for this. Is that correct?
For the Presidential Appointment Project for the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, our focus is on increasing Native Hawaiian access.
Which, of course, is the mission of OHA.
Yes.
To benefit its beneficiaries.
To improve the lives of Native Hawaiians. One other thing I want to make sure that I stress to viewers is that, especially for these advisory committees, these are voluntary positions that do not require relocation to Washington, D.C. So while most full-time opportunities would require relocation, for those folks who want to stay in Hawaii for right now, maybe their keiki are going to school, they're taking care of their kupuna, there's still opportunities for them to serve in this capacity as well.
And plus, you can still go surfing.
Yes.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show and sharing with us about the Native Hawaiian Presidential Appointment Project. It's live as of this week, is that right?
That's right.
Well, terrific. Kavika Riley, I really appreciated you coming on today. Washington Bureau Chief for the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me, and aloha.
And that's it for another installment of DC808 on the Wire. I'm Chad Blair. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care and aloha.